Hello Virgo, welcome back to another episode of Solari Tarot. It's been a long time, can you believe it? My name is Greg, I'm here to do your reading for September, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Virgo. We're in Virgo season, happy birthday to you. If you have any interest in where I've been, what's been going on in my life, what I've been doing, I did just post a video that I'll link in the description box called Whisper of the Gods. I would love for you to check it out. It just gives you some insight into my life and what I've learned and why I'm here again and how I would like to approach tarot on the internet in a general way. So please check it out. If you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're not new, welcome back. Virgos, we're gonna do things a little bit differently than we used to. We're gonna start with your astrology. I've already pulled you some oracle cards here. We're gonna talk about those and then we'll get right into your tarot, yes? So let's look at your astrology for September. Here's the thing. Could be some surprises that pop up at this time for you. Now, this does not mean bad. It could be exciting. It also could be nerve-wracking though. So and this is gonna start around September 2nd, okay? Mercury's forming an opposition with Jupiter, and that's gonna be in your 8th house of give and take. And the Six of Pentacles came out in your pre-shuffle. This could highlight power struggles in your relationships, in your family dynamic. Let's see. Now, don't forget, we have Mercury stationing retrograde on the 9th. This is obviously happening for everybody. Your value systems are changing on the 9th, folks. For you, Virgo, this is all about rethinking where you're putting your intention that goes into your value system. Can this mean money? Yes, but value is a little bit more of a blanket term rather than just money. What we really care about and what we're really doing here. Things will feel less clear during this Mercury retrograde for everyone, so make sure you're not wasting money on things you don't need this month, especially around the time that Mercury stations retrograde. Money doesn't define who we are as people, but it can cause stress if we've spent too much and we don't have enough, especially for you, Virgo. So I would pay attention to your money and what's in your bank account. It doesn't define you, but it certainly is better to have some to cover your needs, and your budgets at this time. Now, the day after Mercury stations direct, we have a full moon in Pisces, right? This is gonna be in your 7th house of partnerships. That's on the 10th. Some big developments could be happening in your relationship world. How are the bonds you have in your life with your lovers, with your dates, with your friends? How are these things unfolding at this time? Are you a part of a toxic relationship or a toxic dynamic? I think we're restructuring that here on this full moon in Pisces. Now, it doesn't mean that we're leaving relationships. I think it means that we're renegotiating the terms at this time with the full moon in Pisces, yes? Now, on the 18th, this Mercury retrograde is going to oppose Jupiter. So it might be bringing up conflicts generally, but also anything that might have begun earlier in the month and didn't get taken care of and fermented. So if you're having money troubles around the 2nd, around the 18th, when retrograde opposes Jupiter, you might see a development in a conflict, especially when it comes to your boundaries and if people are respecting them or if you're respecting them as well. What are you being asked to give? We have this really big 6 of Pentacles energy here that's talking about what we're giving and what we're receiving. And it's important that it's equal, and if it's not, we're going to be paying attention to this around this time. Now, Venus is opposing Neptune in your 7th house of partnerships again, so it's just really continually pushing in that point that you need to reflect on and deal with. Where are you standing with people? are people saying pretty words, but the actions are not lining up? I think that this is all about restructuring the way our relationships are handled. Now, at the end of the month on the 25th, we have a new moon in Libra. This will be in your second house of stability. So things might start finally feeling at the end of the month like things are checking out. You got your ducks in a row, you got things together, This is an important time to not lose hope if Mercury retrograde is making things nerve-wracking. You might be creating lots of different plans in the event that one doesn't work out, right? Yeah, so you'll see an upswing in things around the end of the month, but you're gonna have a lot of things to deal with this month in terms of some of your relationships. You have a lot of things falling into your partnership sector. In the oracle cards for the month, actually, your animal spirit was the groundhog. It says, time to let go. I think that we are dealing with things unresolved, especially in terms of our partnerships, who we're dating, especially those of us that are in committed relationships or marriages. We're renegotiating terms here. We're making sure that we're not giving everything and what we're receiving is just, quite frankly, not enough. Now, like I said a moment ago, I don't necessarily think that we're walking away from partnerships this month unless they are incredulously toxic. Yes? So I think that we are resolving things. We're letting some things go. You also have Mani, unresolved emotions. This is the moon god in the Norse pantheon. And this is about the moon card, that subconscious energy. What's under the surface that needs to be resolved. This is happening in your partnerships. I think that you're going to be making some serious decisions around that here this month. We have the rule of 3, informed decisions. So I think strongly that we are making really frank decisions this month about what we just aren't going to be able to take from someone moving forward. This doesn't seem to be coming off in a conflict or dramatic way for you. Thank God, talk to a water sign right now. It's drama for them right now when this Mercury retrograde happens. But for you, there is just this resolved sense that we need to make some decisions. Also with the rule of 3, perhaps you might want to get an outside opinion, right? Now, let's go ahead and pull your tarot. Let's go ahead and pull that. What's our message for Virgo here in the month of September 2022? Virgo. I put on my gay outfit for you today. It's your birthday season. I thought I'll dress up like a little hoe for you. I even got on these really cute, super tight denim pants. I don't know if you can see it, but I feel like a vibe today. What's our message for Virgo? Little outfit check. Virgo, 2022, September. Okay. Yeah, we have the 5 of Pentacles, putting a lot of emphasis on where we are spending our money. I want to go back to this message that you're going to be receiving really at the beginning of the month as we start this, probably the day that this video goes live. Pay attention to your finances here this month, Virgo. Make sure that money's not flying out the door when it needs to be invested or put somewhere else. Now, also, this card is mentioning the same thing this Mani card is referencing, where we feel like we're left out in the cold. And remember, I mentioned to you the 6 of Pentacles, which is the card directly after this one. When we're in a hard time and we're dealing with abandonment or feeling, as the tarot card world says, left out in the cold, right? Because on this card, of course, somebody is left out in the cold. But they're not alone. There's someone with them, on a peg leg, I think. Yeah, stressful. Crutches. But so I want us to pay attention to emotions that make us feel like we're doing something all on our own and we're not getting it in return. That could be a theme for you here this month. Let's keep pulling. Virgo. Guys, I might be flying to Boston next week. to go on a cruise ship contract. Seven of Swords, it's coming out. But it's not coming out in a lying, cheating, stealing kind of way to me right now. The Emperor. Okay, the Emperor, yes. You know, there could perhaps be some of you who are dealing with a masculine archetype that you have concerns about. Or somebody might be trying to take the easy way out here. And it's not you, and you're picking up the slack for that. Once again, this is a message to have conversations with people this month in your partnership sector, even if it's not true that someone's lying to you, because I'm not certain that it is. I don't think it's a bold-faced lie here for you, Virgo. I think, if anything, it might just be a small manipulation of the truth. But, I think that having these conversations of, I'm feeling this way, should I be feeling this way? Like, do you, can you give me some insight on this? I think having conversations with people this month is really important. You are in your Emperor moment, and that is very Virgo of you. I think that you are making resolved, informed decisions this month, and I think that you're on top of what you want, but I think that you might be taking a hit on your empire. Now, nothing that's going to debilitate your world, right? However, this is something that does need to be taken care of. It's a small thing that perhaps you've been overlooking, and I'm really getting that energy from this card here. It could be based around your confidence or not feeling exactly confident enough. You're not sure that you can pull something off, and you have a lot on your plate. But we're really looking at the partnerships this month here in September. We're really looking at where we're having uncomfortable feelings, or where we might perhaps be, with this moon in Pisces as well, there is this general sense that we might be seeing things a little bit differently than they actually are. So if you're having instincts about somebody not pulling through for you here this month, or and you're taking it to the next level by saying, oh, well, they must be, cheating or lying or stealing from me, it might not exactly be that. I would obviously always pay attention to any trickiness that's unfolding in terms of your financial life. There could be money slipping out the door here that's causing a financial issue that could be resolved in a structured way. This could, this could be that some of you have a partner or somebody in your life that's spending too much money as well. I think that we're dealing with anything this month that's unresolved. We want to look at the money. We have the Ace of Pentacles because we want to keep our investments sound. I feel good that the Ace of Pentacles is coming out in the heart of your reading. And I also feel good that there is more flowing into you. I think by the end of September, you're going to be seeing this Ace of Pentacles playing out well. So whatever seed it is that you're planting or you already have planted, looks like there's a little sprout coming above the surface of the soil here at the end of September. So I think you're wanting to pay attention to where the money that you have now is, so that way the money that you bring in, think about it, it's a cycle here. We want to, for some reason, there's a big message to your money here. We want to make sure that we're not letting money slip out the door here, or that we're not spending too much or being too frivolous. Now, for some of you as well, this could be a message of being too cautious with your money as well. There could be a need to make an investment, and you don't really want to admit to yourself that you're going to have to spend something to get something back, right? These videos, take it how it sits in your soul, right? But Ace of Pentacles is good for our financial lives. That bitch flew. What is it? It's the Nine of Wands, and it's in the reverse. So, once again, I think that there could be somebody bypassing a personal firewall that you've built in some unit. This could be in a partnership in your work as well. It could be that, it's like if you're running a business, for instance, and everybody around you that you've hired and that works for you knows the rules, but there's one person who expects special treatment or feels like they don't have to follow the rules that you've set, or feels like they don't have to follow the budget that you've set, I think that there's gonna be a dealing with that here this month. Anybody around you, this could be your children, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, anybody that's not paying as close attention to resources as you are this month, I think that you're saying, hey, we're gonna have to let this behavior go, right? You have the groundhog totem here. You're really wanting to burrow and keep invested what you have. I think that there's this sense that you feel like you're really creating something here. And you wanna know exactly what's going on before you make a decision, and I would say that's a good thing. This month is all about informed decision making, right? Okay, here we go, 9 of Pentacles, because you want to be stable and secure on your very own. And once again, I do feel strongly that you will be here in the month. 9 of Pentacles is a great card for our personal finances. It's a great card for our personal stability. If I could extend this card out or expand on the art in some way, I would put roots below this person, because they have rooted themselves. They have gotten themselves to a place of security and stability on their very own with their own knowledge. And you'll see here as well that they have 3 pentacles that they're willing to put out and spend, and they're saving the other 6, right? There's an investment happening here. I also want you to notice the hawk or the falcon with a hood on here at the top of the card. In society at the time that the Rider-Waite Tarot was being created, the hawk was meant to represent a higher class bracket, because falconry was an expensive hobby that many of the poorer people weren't able to participate in. So falconry, or the hawk or the falcon, was a symbol of the upper class. And so I want to say that you have this intention of leveling up in some way in your life, right? With the Emperor here. You've got this plan that you're creating. And for some of you, it could be that there are things slipping through the cracks. Even for me, sometimes, I'll notice that I'm spending too much money on silly subscriptions of things I'm not using, or applications I've only used a couple times, and I didn't even realize looking, And I think that you're starting to, for some of you, the 7 of Swords could be you, kind of spending with wild abandon and not realizing that there were so many resources going out the back door. However, wouldn't worry about that too much here in the month, because it looks like any opportunities that are coming in for you are making you feel very, very stable. However, I'd like to get this 9 of Wands upright, because it looks like there's this open door where energy is being stolen by someone, something unresolved. There's money, there's energy, whatever it is that we're valuing, right? Some of that's slipping through the cracks, slipping out the back door. And I think you need to be paying attention to that here this month, Virgo. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. Look, I think that there are a lot of scenarios in your life right now, as we've been prefacing them here today, that can be resolved with somebody maybe coming to you with an apology, or perhaps you opening the door for a real discussion. 3 of Pentacles in the bottom here. For a real discussion to take place. The Knight of Cups is coming out in a very reconciliatory way, that we can reconcile things. There could be a message of an apology coming to you in terms of one of your partnerships. Perhaps there is somebody who's done you wrong in some way. If you're dealing with love relationships in this, it could be that somebody was ghosted, or somebody wasn't totally told the truth. And there's this, here in the spine, there's this message that comes in of hey, I'm sorry about this. I really didn't see the forest for the trees at the time. And, once again, I think that it's the energy for you here in the month of September needs to be, no, it's all good, but here's the thing. I'm hearing the words, the sandwich effect. And it's funny because I always used to use this technique when I was running businesses in my early 20s. I would sandwich affect someone. So I would say a good, positive, affirming thing about them. You know, hey, I just want to thank you. I know you've been working so hard lately, and I'm appreciative that you're able to give me so much that I'm scheduling you for. And then we sandwich. What is that thing in the middle that needs to be referenced? Mani, the rule of three, the groundhog spirit, right? The sandwich effect. But, bitch, you are slacking. Girl, you spent $359 on donuts for the employees this month. Who just spent $200 on an oil change? Who did that? Where's this money going? Where's this value going? Because honestly, you guys are good on your own here. You have the 9 of Pentacles. It looks like you are making things happen right on your own. So you're starting to understand that if there's somebody in your life at this time, what are they bringing to the table? You know, this is your astrology as well. What is somebody bringing to your life? Is somebody just kind of like milking your metaphorical time clock? Milking your energetic clock? You're paying attention to this stuff this month. What is the thing that people are dancing around and not saying? Because when we have this psychic Piscean moon, we're not going to be beating around the bush anymore. We're going to be really just saying what needs to be said. And it's not coming from an emotional place. Even though with Mani, unresolved emotions, you know, it may be that under the surface. But what's coming out is not emotional. It's just what needs to be said. You guys are getting all the details this month. It looks like you're really taking care of business in a good way. We have the 5 of Cups coming out here. Some of you really could have been disappointed about something that occurred in your life. I feel like this was August, July, you know, early summer. Like, I think that something that was left open-ended could be coming back in. The Empress as well. Lots of abundance on the table for you. Empress to Ace of Pentacles to Emperor. We could be talking about divine counterparts here as well. We do have a heavy emphasis on your partnerships house here this month, astrologically. I think that things are really able to get better. The five of Cups here is showing me for you not to cry over spilled milk. You'll notice on this card that this person they have a lot of regrets. They're feeling kind of down. Maybe they're crying, right? Maybe they're like really bummed out. And they're looking at these 3 chalices and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe that there are 3 chalices here that are empty. But the thing that they're not seeing objectively, which is about that rule of 3, informed decision and Mani, unresolved emotions, is that it just needs to be dealt with. And we either need to let it go or offer an apology or, ask for one. Or ask somebody to meet us in the middle. You know, I think sometimes we feel bad about that in life. Like, we feel bad about saying, hey, look, I love you and everything, but like this modality or this thing here is not working for me. And I think this month, once again, you have the 5 of Cups up to the Ace of Pentacles to the 7 of Swords as well. So we could be looking at offers where you don't know all the details. Now, don't be paranoid. I'm so through with that shit on tarot, us all being paranoid about everything. Don't watch readers that make you nervous, take it if it resonates. If you have been feeling under the surface like something's not quite right, this is the month to take care of it. This is in all of your partnerships, anyone that you have a relationship with. I think towards the end of the month, things are really coming together for you, especially in the financial realm, especially in reference of abundances. We have divine counterparts here, Emperor, Empress. This could be two people taking on the world together. And, you know, for some of you, this could be a husband and a wife that own a business and you haven't been working together very well. And you're realizing that this is where money's slipping through the cracks because you're not communicating well. And there could be this just sit down of like, I'm sorry if I'm not doing the work that you needed. Like, let's find a way to work in this way together. I think there's a sense of teamwork. You're not alone here. Towards the end of the month, you're going to be seeing some money, I think. More than you had at the beginning of the month. Don't let the small losses affect the big picture. And I think that you are seeing that objectively at this time. You have good astrology here for the month as well. Even though it's a little nerve-wracking and tiresome, I would hang in there. You have the 9 of Wands reversed, so don't throw in the towel. Don't give up here. You're very close, and the end of the month will be quite profitable for you. Deal with anything that needs to be dealt with now in terms of your partnerships, yes? That's my message for you. Folks, thank you so much for today. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see on the channel moving forward. I am perhaps about to take a cruise ship contract. Those of you that have been on this channel for a while know that sometimes I don't post because I'm on the ships. But for this contract, I'll be up in Boston and I'll have like service most of the time. So I'll be able to keep up with the channel. Once again, go watch Whisper of the Gods. It's a video I just put out. It just talks about what I've been through in my spiritual life and how I've learned how tarot shouldn't be so scary, and it also shouldn't be triggering in a mental health way. It shouldn't be releasing baseless oxytocin, and it certainly should not be releasing cortisol in the brain. Us worrying about our exes and us coming to tarot cards freaked out, sad, miserable. I think that we have to learn tarot is just a guide. It's just a tool. You know, we can't let it affect us in a way that's making us crazy. So if you are the kind of person that wants to go through the cycles of life and nature and hear the real message rather than the kind of just incendiary comment that gets you thinking and motivated, you know, welcome. That's what we're going to be doing here. I would like to do other things. Let me know how many people are watching these videos. What do you want from them? You know, let me know. I love you. I'm going to go and take care of some errands for the day, and I'll be seeing you soon. Keep your eyes peeled for some videos that are coming out this month. I've been filming some cool stuff. So I'll see you soon. I love you. Bye.